Hello there, listening community. Before I start the Long in the Boot Pupcast, I wanted to give you a couple heads up. You may hear a reference to the fact that I made a mistake during the creation of this pupcast, and I want to say it's true. I have made my first mistake in life. The very first one. I've never done anything so crazy before, but I'm owning up to it. I want to say I'm not perfect. I'm sorry that you folks had to hear that. Anyway, the interview with Deputy Krista West was outstanding and was not screwed up in any way by me. It starts around the 18-minute mark for you guys who like to keep score. And we didn't have enough time to include the history of our relationship with our furry friends. So in 2 weeks, we're going to do Pupcast Part 2. And we will talk about our relationship and the history that we have with all of our furry friends. It's actually quite interesting, and there was so much information we couldn't put it into this pupcast. So we'll do it next time on Long in the Boot. Enjoy the show. Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Long in the Boot podcast. This week, however, it's the Long in the Boot Pupcast. I'm G Long, your host, and joined as always across the way there is Deb.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm doing well. I know that it's been a couple weeks.
2.
Yeah.
2.
And just so the listeners know, we don't look, talk, speak to each other for 2 full weeks between podcasts, so it's fresh.
It's fresh. Genuine is the word I use.
Genuine.
Yes, we need it genuine. It's hard when it's take 2, though. Sometimes people forget to push buttons, I hear. Oh, no. You push buttons, baby. You push buttons.
Weirdly enough, actually in that interview, I think it's mentioned as well.
Is it? Yeah, probably so. Because it's such a major screw up.
It really is. And yeah. It's a scary thing when you look over at the clock. If you were
colorblind, I would say, I understand.
When you look over at the clock and there's no clock and you're like, all
right, Beavis.
All right, so take 2.
Take 2. Here we go. Here we are. Here we go.
So anyway.
Pupcast.
And if you want to listen to the Long in the Boot podcast, there's lots of places to do it. You can do it all the major platforms. You can also just go to www.longintheboot.com or
Trick Dub.
Yeah, we're going to change that. I'm tired of saying W 3 times, so I'm creating a new word, and that word is Trip Dub.
And you're allowed because the language evolves.
Yo, man, Trip Dub.
We've already covered that.
Anyway, tripdub.longintheboot.com would get you there.
And it is evolving.
It is. And the podcasts are there. So if you just want to go there, make it easy on yourself.
You don't have all of them.
No, but I'm adding them.
Yeah.
I think, 21
or 22.
We had a few weeks where things didn't work out because of
hurricane.
Some weather event.
Hurricane season's coming again. June it starts, folks.
How exciting.
Yeah. I can't even.
We're all gun shy. It's going to be terrible.
It is going to be terrible. All right. So here we are.
Yeah. We are.
Again.
We're here. So email me at longintheboot@gmail.com and the phone number. And thank you for people who have left messages.
Yes.
And the number is 337-502-9011.
Yes, it's very exciting when somebody reaches out. We had a message from a listener, Alex. Alex gave us a suggestion. He liked Grand Isle. He said a Steven Seagal movie, the Asian Connection, I believe it was.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. But we then came to the realization that it's not a Louisiana-based movie.
It's not. But Steven Seagal, he is almost on caliber with a Nick Cage. So, and he's also been Cajun. I know he's
much the way that Nick Cage brings
Russian
a certain je ne sais quoi to movies he's in. Steven Seagal does the same.
He does have a similar quality, although it's grown.
Right.
Bigger.
And he had a TV show based in Louisiana for a while where he pretended to be a deputy.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work. But there's a movie or two. I know
can't tolerate too much Steven Seagal.
Yeah, there is too much. There's not enough Nick Cage, but there can be too much Steven.
If he would just I don't know. He can't do the I can't do the inflection.
He's also got a rock band too. I don't know if he's still doing that.
I don't know. He plays the blues. He's actually pretty good.
Yeah, actually, I wasn't gonna diss that.
I understand he lives in Russia now because he's a big fan of Putin.
Commie bastard.
Who, Steven Seagal?
I guess.
Well, not Putin.
Oh.
He's a dictator.
No, he's a dictator. Yes.
He doesn't care.
All right. So
no offense to any of our Russian listeners, by the way.
All right. I don't
want to get it poisoned.
No, nobody needs that. So here we are again doing, let's see. Oh, Alex messaged us. Thank you again. And, I've also been extremely busy recently.
What'd you do?
I was getting together the promo that I gave out. I had a contest.
The chapeaus?
Yes, the hat. So I did a giveaway on Facebook.
Yes.
And we had 4 of our listening community that won. So we got 2 red hats out there and 2 black hats.
And they are fine.
They are. They're
hats.
Lovely, nice embroidered with the logo. So we've got 4 people in Louisiana now that are covered.
Yes.
They've got some sun protection because summer is coming.
Yeah, you got.
As soon as the monsoon season stops.
Now, you told me earlier that you were giving away a couple more hats.
Oh, soon. I will. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to focus here. Like or follow the Facebook page, and about the first week of May, I've got 2 more hats, 1 black, 1 red to give away. Yep. And if you like and follow the page, you'll see that post, and you can follow my directions. Whatever I ask you to do, just do it. It won't be much.
It's not going to be weird, is it?
Probably not, but that's a relative thing. And
jump up and down
what
like
I
a dog.
What I don't
film
think
it
is weird.
And send it to us.
Oh, I hadn't thought about a.
Ooh.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about a video participation.
Oh,
that could be dangerous, though.
Yeah, that could backfire.
Yeah, I don't know what our listeners are like. They might be raunchy people.
Some.
I'm
sure there's a percentage.
Okay, so I'm giving away 2 more hats.
Salty Language did win.
Salty Language did win. We love you. 2 people beginning of May then. Oh, and our friends. So Facebook has this feature with all the Facebook page that tells me who our number 1 fan is.
No way.
Yes. And so I need to give a shout out to our number 1 fan, who is a Houston listener, Linda. Facebook tells me you.
Linda?
Yes, Linda.
In Houston?
In Houston, number
what?
1. Mm-hmm.
Somebody that far away?
Yes.
Not even in the boot?
Not even in the boot.
Wow.
Peripheral boot.
That's awesome.
Yes, that is awesome. So I had to give a shout out there. Also, the friends page on the website is coming along.
Yes.
So right now, though, I have connected to Rowdy Tumbleweed on Facebook. That is one of our listeners who does leather crafting. A wide variety of leather products that she will make for you. So Rowdy Tumbleweed, keep that in mind.
Rowdy Tumbleweed.
I know, it's hard to forget.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
A tumbling tumbleweed just goes in one direction. They're very just straightforward and linear. Yeah. Rowdy tumbleweeds, however, are quite a handful.
They might serpentine.
They serpentine often.
Yeah.
And sometimes bang up against your car.
Scratch.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rowdy tumbleweed.
They'll knock you down.
So thank you to our listener, Rowdy Tumbleweed.
Yes.
And also Bailey Memorial Woodwork. We shout out to them. So we've got
Bailey does some fine. Gets some fine work.
Fine, yes. So he can also do custom products for you as well. So we're in the wood and leather realm with our friends right now.
Wood and leather.
I know, isn't that nice?
That's like the makings of a bachelor pad. You just need
your man cave.
Yeah, you just need some rich mahogany
and leather brown books.
And yes,
okay,
many volumes,
many, and cigars.
And cigars.
Yes,
you must have cigars and steak.
Okay, and you need a fine dog at your
Scotchy
feet. Right.
A Scotty.
All right, you've gone way off track now.
I know.
Okay, so the human producer, Deb here, has taken care of her list from the book.
There you go.
All right, so I've covered all those things.
Yeah.
Keep in touch for the next promo giveaway. And then I'm going to get something else besides hats. I like the hats, but something else.
But not a sword.
A sword?
No,
I have swords.
I have swords.
I'm lousy with swords.
We're lousy with swords. Man, that'd be a high-end giveaway, though.
I don't even know how to mail that. It's not cheap mailing hats, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's true.
The post office has gotten above their raising.
Am I made of money? They could pick it up, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's.
I don't know if there's any legality
I don't know.
in giving away a sword.
It's a fencing sword, though. It's got the safety
It's
tip.
a blunted tip.
Which you can grind off and make it into a fine stabbing tip.
Okay.
Is that legal?
I don't know. Stay tuned and see if we give away a sword. Probably not going to happen.
Probably not.
No, write me a paragraph telling me why I should give you a sword.
Convince me.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So Pupcast came about because, well, one, we love our dogs and our cats.
They're part of the crew, too.
They are part of the crew.
We have Otto. Well, just real quick. Otto is the producer of the Long in the Boot podcast.
Otto will be 10 in August.
And Bella is the fact checker. So basically she takes care of,
you want the youth to do that.
Yeah, she's got to be quick, and she is quick.
She is quick.
So she's the fact checker. Although Otto's not joining us during the Pupcast right now because, well, I discovered something.
Yeah, it's kind of a
He's trying to form a union.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to form a union with Bella. They want more money. They want more treats.
He didn't want to perform today.
No. You saw the video.
If you saw the video, watch Otto.
Yeah, you'll see.
He's refusing to participate.
He's refusing to cooperate.
Staring at the ground, won't even lift his eyes.
And this is all over basically it's a legal battle, and I don't know how it's going to turn out, but hopefully we'll win, and we can avoid having a union come in.
We don't need that.
No, that's just
unions have outlived their usefulness,
especially dog unions.
But they have insurance now. They did get insurance.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, we needed insurance.
Well, they don't really need a union. Dogs seem to be pretty well represented.
If I was going to buy insurance for a dog, Otto's the dog that needed insurance.
Well, after you tried to kill him.
I did not try to kill him. Okay, so 10 years ago, early October, I'm leaving DeRitter and stop at a red light, look to my right, and there is a woman in a lawn chair and
with bait.
With two adorable reds in a cage.
Long dogs.
Yeah, little dachshunds. So I stop and take a picture and send Glenn the picture, and he says, "Get in the car and leave now."
I said, drive away as fast as you possibly can.
So I said, okay. And I left, but I left with her phone number as well and that picture.
And then sent them to me.
And then I just kept hounding him.
She just was being pitiful, but it was October and her birthday was coming up. So, rather than have to actually think and go find a gift.
You knew what I wanted.
She had already told me.
Yes, I always tell you.
Yeah. And then the picture was really cute.
So Otto von Bismarck.
Yes, Otto von Bismarck, not to be confused with the mustachioed German leader from the 1800s.
Yes. So Otto von Bismarck comes and joins our family. And Thanksgiving morning, I'm about to take him outside. I'm holding him in the kitchen, and he is a wiggly little bugger, and he wiggles out of my arms.
She slammed him to the ground.
And he broke his leg.
On Thanksgiving Day. Hey, kids, fun fact. If your dog needs a doctor on Thanksgiving Day,
any holiday,
it's going to cost more money.
Yeah, it's like double time on Thanksgiving and Christmas, I assume. So we take, University, though, Animal Hospital.
Oh, they were great.
They're always great. We've used them numerous times.
Seems like it was always a holiday.
Yeah, it does seem a holiday. Casey did that to us a couple times.
They let us know that he had broken his little tiny leg.
Yes, his x-rays showed that. So
I'll put a picture up on the website.
Oh, with his little casted leg. I bought a little papoose carrier and brought him to school for a baby carrier. About 2 weeks that he stayed in my pouch.
Some of our listeners may even remember that.
Some of our listeners may remember that because I taught with him in front of me in my belly.
And he was a perfect gentleman.
He was a good little puppy. He was.
And he even left his cast alone, pretty much.
Yeah, he did. It's really difficult to keep a puppy from wanting to play.
Yeah.
But we managed to do it, and he healed up, and we eventually paid the $1,500 bill off. I got a care credit card for that.
That's the story of Otto, who is now 10 years old, pretty much, and trying to form a union.
He went to the emergency for a chocolate ingestion
Yeah, and he also ate a poisonous plant.
And he ate a poisonous plant and wouldn't throw up. He just refused to throw up.
Yeah, somebody said, give him a little tiny bit of hydrogen peroxide and he'll throw up and everything will be fine. And he refused to do it.
Neither time he wouldn't do that.
And don't get me wrong, he'll throw up when he feels like it.
Yeah, but not when he needs to.
But not when he needs to. So, okay, enough about Otto.
Enough about Otto. Yeah. So then pandemic comes. Casey has passed. We had another long dog before
he got really
Bella.
old and died. He went to the pet cemetery behind the house.
Yes, I created a memorial. Maybe we'll put a picture of that. I don't know.
That's not.
It's a little pet cemetery.
I bet they don't care.
Many people bury their animals and put headstones. I'm not weird. That's not strange.
Okay.
It is not. The listening audience, it is not strange to bury your animals and put a headstone and then plants and make a little garden. In fact, Otto and Bella like to go out there.
I know.
Yeah. So there, Honey, Casey, and Yoko Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. All back there.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Bella.
Also, Porch Kitty.
Oh, Porch Kitty. I forgot about Porch Kitty. Yeah. All right. And then Bella comes to us recently, within a year. Bella's less than a year.
So, and this kind of brings us to where we're headed. Bella was, we decided we were thinking about getting a companion dog for Otto because he was lonely. And it was really obvious. He was getting old before his time.
Yes.
He was bored. He gave us hateful looks, and
he was needy.
He wouldn't eat his food. He would pick at it. He was just being a butt. Anyway,
he has not been picky since Bella got here, though.
Anyway, so we looked in the shelter. It was Lake Charles, and we saw this little tiny dog with his little face and named Bella. We're like, yeah. We called, and they said somebody else is coming to look at the dog in the morning.
Yes, and we don't hold dogs. It's first come, first serve.
We of course raced to the kennel and got there first, and which is a good thing because the person who wanted Bella was really old, and no way could she have kept up with Bella. It just would have been impossible. No. Bella's too fast. And anyway,
you already told that story.
Did I?
In our interview. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you did.
I forgot.
I know. That's why I'm reminding you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good enough. It'll come up again.
It'll come up again.
Because that's what this is all about. It's about pups, and we really want you guys to, if you can, adopt a pup.
Adopt a pup.
Yeah.
Taking a kitty too.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah.
But kitties, they generally just show up.
They do.
In my experience.
Well, that's how Miss Kitty got to us.
All of our cats
we
got to us.
saved Miss Kitty's life as well.
Well, in a way.
Well, she got stuck in our shed. We didn't know there was a cat in our shed. And thankfully, it wasn't summertime.
Spring.
It was spring, and it didn't get too hot.
She didn't cook.
Because I don't know how many days or a week maybe that she was in there.
3 days.
Probably about 3 days. So when we let her out, she was very grateful. Probably she wasn't a kitten, but she wasn't a full-grown cat yet. She was still young. And she just didn't go away.
That was it.
She was very friendly, extremely friendly.
Well,
she went willingly in the car with me to the vet. We got her fixed. We tried to make her an indoor cat. That didn't exactly work. And now Miss Kitty is part of our living community as well.
Although she's still kind of an indoor.
Oh, yeah, she comes in
indoor, outdoor cat.
Her and Bella have a contentious relationship. Some days they get along, and some days they don't. Some days they do not.
And when cats don't get along.
And then Tigger showed up. A couple months after Miss Kitty. And I thought because he was a male and Miss Kitty was fixed that he would just carry on his way.
Yeah, they get along.
But they get along really well. They're good friends.
So there you go.
So we have 2 outdoor cats that we're doing the rescue bit.
Yeah, a little bit at a time.
A little bit at a time. There you go. So, all right. So how did the Pupcast, where are we going with that?
Well, what we decided to do was we wanted to get somebody with a little bit of expertise
since we're not that
in this field. And so contacted someone that we taught way back.
Yeah, a friend of ours.
And her name's Deputy Krista West, and she's with Animal Control in Beauregard Parish. But anything she says about Beauregard Parish, I guarantee you probably applies to most parishes when it comes to animal rescue.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get dogs adopted.
Trying to just get people in there and
also educate people. And she'll talk about that as well. Yeah,
she will.
She was in earlier in the studio. We recorded her earlier, a little bit earlier in Along the Boot studio. And we wanted to, use that to kind of, just encourage folks to,
Well, we'll share
get
that.
Get a doggy community going.
That's it. We want your pups to listen. So we have something special. This is our Pupcast episode.
This is our Pupcast, and we have a guest in the Long in the Boot studios today, and that guest is Deputy Krista West. How you doing, Krista?
I'm good.
Well, outstanding. Go ahead and tell us what you do there for the Sheriff's Department.
So I am the animal control for Beauregard Parish. I work the entirety of Beauregard Parish. We do have a city animal control, but they work inside of the city limits of DeRidder only.
Oh.
Beauregard Parish is a huge
I was going to
parish.
say,
you
there's
must
a
put some
lot.
miles in, right?
I do.
A lot of country. There's a lot of country out there in the heel of the boot.
Well, I want to start by saying before Krista became a deputy many years ago.
She was one of my middle schoolers.
She was one of our students.
Yes, she was.
Both the longs in the boot, I guess, at some point or another.
I don't know that I had you in
West.
7th grade, but I think 8th grade and maybe 9th.
And for me, it was probably 9th, 10th, 11th, maybe.
Yeah, I've seen a lot
Social
of
studies.
She was with the Longs for a long time.
Yep.
I'm so sorry, Krista.
It was wonderful.
It was okay. She has to say that. She's in the studio now.
Yeah, but it was, man, wait, just out of curiosity, refresh my old memory. What year did you graduate?
2009.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So
You're so old, Deb.
I don't appreciate that. We don't need that kind of talk here. Bella, help.
Yeah.
No, we don't want to get
She
her
didn't
started
bark.
again. No, she did.
Apparently I was right.
Yeah, apparently you weren't lying about that one. All right. So Krista is here to give us some information about the animal control in Beauregard Parish and a plea right now, right?
Yeah, what's going on with the shelter and all that good stuff?
So our rescue network, I'd say she's my right-hand man. Like, she has networked every single dog that came into the kennels. Last year, we had 406 dogs in, and only 7 were euthanized due to aggression or bite cases, which is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, that is. So the quarantine.
Bella's adding background noise.
I hear her.
She heard your voice. Yes, she does. She knows you're part of her tribe.
Well, this is the Pupcast, so
Yes,
it's perfectly
okay.
all right. So anyway,
So the ones. So are you traditionally a kill shelter? I mean, I know
We are. I like to move away from that due to it's disheartening.
It is. I
the
can
worst
imagine
part
you're
of
a
my
caring
job.
person. So that would be. How long have you been doing this role now?
I'd say over a year.
Oh, okay. But in this last year, how have you brought your own caring to the shelter?
So the rescue, once again, I mean, she has been a vital part of the dogs getting out. Whenever the previous ACO was in there, she was in there too, getting the dogs out, and we hadn't had to put any dogs down due to kennel space.
Oh, nice.
So that's great. It's really unheard of right now. I mean, there aren't any no-kill shelters around here that I'm aware of.
Yeah, not in our area, no.
So now that she's leaving, it's really scary because these dogs, if they do not get adopted, there is going to come a point in time where we're going to have to euthanize. And those 7 took a part of my soul. I actually have the very first dog I euthanized. His collar actually hangs on the rearview mirror of my unit.
Oh.
So
Just as a reminder.
and you guys are responsible for doing that.
we take them to the vet and they get put down humanely.
But still, it's just that's got to be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm there every step of the way. I sit there with the dog with his head in my lap and I hold it until its last breath. I mean, I'm there. So it's hard.
And those dogs, it was simply behavioral issues.
Right. Dogs that have bitten children, killed other dogs, bite cases, things like that, aggression. I try to give them a benefit of the doubt with just dogs that come in just from sheer aggression, just to see maybe if they'll change their behavior. But a lot of times it's just something that's encoded
It's
in their
inbred,
DNA.
yeah. So in this last year that you've been doing this role, what numbers have you seen come through there? I mean, I know during the pandemic and the quarantine, the whole country kind of came together and adopted animals. You were home. People were home.
People were home and they were bored.
And they were bored. And you have time to train, because you really, it's important that when you bring an animal home that you train them into your family so that they fit. So during that, you kind of had a golden period, I guess, for the last year.
Oh, yeah.
How many dogs did you have come through?
Let's see. We had during the hurricane part because COVID. And
I forgot about the hurricanes.
All together.
Oh, God, I forgot.
So during both hurricanes, our kennels were at max capacity, and Natasha actually got all of her rescues together, and they pulled every single dog out of there for both hurricanes.
Wow.
And we have 19 kennels, and some of them were double.
Oh,
That's
wow.
pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
I had forgotten. How did we forget about that?
How do you forget about a hurricane? There's two.
Well, and and that's just not something you have so many immediate concerns after a hurricane, especially when you have damage that the animals
Get forgotten.
they do. I witnessed several social media arguments about people who, I just left the animals. And other people just losing their mind. How did you leave your animals? My animals are my family. Exactly. I mean, when we left for Rita, we took an extra vehicle because our dog, Honey, was so big and we needed a space for her. We weren't going to leave her. I
couldn't.
No, I get choked up just thinking about it.
And I can't speak for them. I mean, I see.
No, you're not living that life.
Yeah, and I mean, I see it. People were calling in. Dogs were being left behind out in, winds that were crazy.
Yeah.
And it was rough. I mean, we had to leave. Well, we have a couple cats outside we like a lot, but we couldn't bring them.
No, the cats did stay.
They would have gotten. Cats are different, I think, sometimes when it comes to stuff like that. They seem to be able to.
Yeah. Speaking of cats, do they come through the shelter too, or far less often, I guess?
No, we're not set up for cats. We are strictly dogs.
Oh, okay.
Livestock, we do have livestock transporters that will house the livestock whenever they do come in. So
yeah, because
we do have that.
Cows and stuff get loose out here a lot.
Yeah, do they call it? I was wondering. I was going to ask you about that. It seems to me like at least once a week, I see at least one person going, "Hey, cows are loose on some road," and that they got to call you guys, right?
Yeah. Right, and y'all see just like the one or two posts. We hear many calls.
Oh, I'm sure. So, cows and pigs and chickens and guineas and
horses and
my
lions, tigers, and bears.
The pig. So this lady called in and she was like, "Hey, I have a question. I have a pig. It's getting into my neighbor's yard, destroying their yard. What can be done?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't normally take pigs. I don't take pigs." And then it just had a light bulb moment. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to help you out today. I'll come get your pig.
Oh.
We brought the pig to the kennels. I contacted a friend who actually has miniature pigs. And,
it was a little pot belly?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking Couchon
Yeah, I was thinking big hog.
I have an idea.
Shush.
Miss Piggy was far more in size with her attitude than she was in her actual body.
Okay.
Yeah, so Miss Piggy got to the kennels and decided to break free. Break free. And we have a pond back there behind the sheriff's office, behind my office. And she decided to go for a swim. I dove in full uniform. I didn't even think about it because she was drowning. She was wrapped up in lilies. Oh. And pigs can swim, but Miss Piggy was drowning.
Oh, no.
And I had to go save her. And
she's domesticated.
Speaking of where you work, by the way, folks, Beauregard Parish Sheriff's Office, Animal Control at 412 Bolivar Bishop Drive in DeRidder. And Animal Control is behind the Sheriff's Office?
Correct.
You said? And what's the phone number up there in case anybody needs to call?
So you can call the main number, which is going to be 337-460-5511, and just ask to be put through to Animal Control if I'm not there, and leave a message. Or if I'm on duty, just have them put you through to my 21, which is my cell phone.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right, 21. So, Krista, what do you guys need? Is there an immediate need now? Is there something people can do monetary, just, adopting, or is there anything other than, just taking an animal that people can do?
So we cannot touch anything monetary, but we do operate through donations. So any kind of food, blankets, anything you think the dogs would like. They love their treats. I buy them beef jerky sticks whenever I go to work. Just anything like that will be great.
Okay, good. Can they bring it to the sheriff's office there at that address?
Yep, they can drop it off in the front lobby, or if they go past the sheriff's office to the curve and look to the left, you'll see my driveway. And the gate's open, drive on back.
Drop it off.
Visit the dogs.
So there's no mechanism for like money donations though, right?
Correct.
Because it's the sheriff's department. Yeah,
unfortunately, no.
Okay.
And we're working on things like that. We want to get a Chewy set up for, they want to order something through Chewy. They can deliver there.
Yeah.
We don't touch it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So that is a great idea. They could absolutely do that. So, Well, I guess that's like when you get married and you register, right?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
It is kind of, well, people love their pets. I mean, for the most part, and people.
Well, we sure hope so.
That's the thing that brings a lot of people together. If it's hard to dislike somebody who actually loves animals.
I've known a couple people in my life that said, I don't like pets. I don't like dogs. I don't like cats. I'm like, and then we're pretty much done.
Probably not going to get along in the long run.
We're not going to get along if you don't like dogs.
Student teacher once, and she actually, while teaching one of my 8th grade classes, the subject of pets came up, and she said, I don't have any pets. I don't like animals. And the kids were
That's weird.
questioned, well, cats, dogs, birds, fish, anything. And she said no. And I think I came home that day and told you she's lost that group. That will not respond to her anymore because you can't dislike animals.
She broke their hearts.
She did. You're in the country. These are country kids. They have pets. So
we had lizards as kids growing up. We go catch them and be like, that's my new pet.
Oh, we got them.
I got 2 anoles in my window right now that I'm trying to trap a fly for them to.
Have you ever priced those at PetSmart?
No.
They are expensive. You can go catch them for free, but they're like $10 a lizard.
That's crazy.
We're lousy with them.
We are. We're rich. Oh my God.
I had no idea.
I didn't know it either.
What am I doing?
So
doing a podcast, and I could be catching anoles.
Selling them on the side of the road.
The little traps are so cute too.
Shut up. There are no anole traps. You don't even know. Where's Bella? I need her.
She's not doing her job.
She's not. She's pouting right now that she's trapped in her kennel while Krista's here talking about.
That's because I reminded her of beef jerky.
Said that word. That magic meat word. So donations we can't do. What about volunteers?
So we have workers back there. If somebody wants to come and volunteer, play with the dogs, absolutely.
Yeah, just to love on them, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any students from any of the schools that might do that kind of stuff?
That's
Clubs
that we're
like
looking
Beta
into.
and things like that?
Because I'm betting there's quite a number of kids that would actually consider that kind of thing.
Right, and we're looking at possibly getting our facility more inviting. Right now it looks like a jail for dogs.
Yeah,
sure.
Pound.
But you've only been there a year. It's been a heck of a year.
Right.
But I keep seeing your posts and I keep seeing you and the joy when you're with one of those animals that you've rescued and oh yes.
I know.
There's the one recently comes to mind and you brought that cute little dog to that lady and she just looked so happy and the puppy looked so happy and Krista said, I teared up. I cried.
I did. Dexter was a special case. He came in fully groomed. We checked. Microchip, no microchip. We checked with all the vets. No one recognized him. All the groomers were tagged. Nobody recognized this dog. And guys, microchipping your pets is probably one of the most important things because you're not always going to check Facebook. Some people don't have Facebook. So I highly recommend microchipping just so whenever I scan them, it comes back. You can get your baby home.
And you can get your baby home. I love those stories where you hear, somebody's dog came home and sometimes it might be years later, and those dogs know. Right. They know their people.
Just think how fast he would have came home if he had a microchip.
I know.
Well, yeah, and dogs are they follow their nose, and sometimes they just follow their nose until they're lost, and then it's
Yeah, where are my people?
Yeah, and you got to, and of course, a lot of people just let their dogs roam.
Yeah,
there is a leash law.
Yes.
Leash law, guys.
Yeah, I've been telling people that for years now. Are you sure?
Yeah, we're out of the country. There's no leash law. Guys, there is a leash law outside and inside city limits. I think for the entirety of the state, there is a leash law.
Oh, the whole state, not just our Beauregard Parish.
Well, I told a student that not too long ago. I said, look, if your dog bites somebody, you will be liable because you didn't have it on a leash.
Or if somebody hits it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're liable for their damages to their vehicle.
Yeah, if they wreck and the guilt you feel. I mean, I've hit one dog in my whole life, and I was wrecked. That's
I hit a
hard
turtle
thing.
and I cried.
Yeah, exactly.
I stopped and actually moved a turtle the other day.
I'm so proud of you. Thank you for that.
I've done it before. They get on the road out here right in front of the house.
Yeah, because and
I just go and bring them over to the water.
There's a creek back there.
Like, look, man, because there's folks on the road, of course, that would they don't care.
Right.
Yeah. There's always a few.
There is, but we don't like those people.
He just wasn't moving quick enough.
He's a turtle, Dad.
He was also not happy about being moved, but I just hope I moved him to the side he was trying to get to. That's all I could think was.
Yes, turn around and go back across. We're like, psych.
Sorry, man.
All right, wonderful. So, how many dogs did you rehome last year? You told me some numbers when we first got together this morning.
So we had 406 in and out, and only 7 were euthanized. So 406 dogs, guys.
That's
that found
amazing.
Homes.
That
went
is
to
amazing.
rescue.
Considering the state of animal rescue in, say, the early 90s when we moved here,
Yeah.
that's stunning.
That there wasn't
because everything was voluntary back then. I mean, really, for the most part, if dogs got picked up and they didn't get found, they were done.
Right. And a lot of places have, little time frames where the dog's kept and, put down if nobody comes forward. And I don't ever want to have to do that. Usually they hold them for 7 days for a stray hold. This is what we go by. 10 days if they have a chip so we can get, contact with the owner, which I don't understand why we got to hold it 10 days for the owner. I mean, if they're not going to come in 7 days, I doubt
Yeah. If you got your dog chipped and you spent the money to do all that.
And in fact, if you lose your dog, first place to call would be you guys, right?
You would think.
I mean, that's
You would think.
guys, if you lose your dog, the first place to call is the Sheriff's Department, 460-5511. And that way we can maybe get you back with your loved four-legged friend.
Yes, your furry friend. So you have 19 kennels, and right now you have 20 dogs.
Over 20 dogs.
Over 20 dogs.
So we have about 24, 25 dogs.
Oh, okay. So
they're small, so they're not all crammed up in their kennels. We just have a couple of dogs that came in with their partners, so we just put them together.
Is it hard? It's much harder to rehome 2 dogs.
Oh, of course, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have space, and they just want they want little dogs.
Yeah,
and
they
we
want
have
puppies.
Beautiful, beautiful big dogs. We have a boxer mix right now. Her name's Molly and loves water.
I saw that puppy. Yes.
Loves water.
Yes.
Fantastic dog.
So big dogs.
I'm surprised that dog would you'd think that dog would go pretty quick.
Hey, she would go well with canoe trips, like be out there in the water with you.
Enjoy the summer fun with you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Summer's coming up.
Okay. So you can volunteer your time and love. And that would be I think that would be very beneficial for the dogs and for yourself.
Right.
Make you feel better, especially if you feel you have extra time.
Right.
You're not doing anything. You can donate food,
Items,
blankets,
snackies.
toys, old dog beds that you're not using anymore, or a new dog bed because, you're just being kind. What else?
Well, when you go to let's say you already have a dog and you're thinking about being nice and donating, you go to the PetSmart or something. They always have stuff on sale. Just get some stuff
Grab
and
something
donate
extra.
it. Just do it. It won't hurt you.
Could they contact you through the Facebook page for the?
Absolutely. We don't have a messenger set up, but by all means, comment below one of the pictures.
Yeah.
Our biggest thing, we actually had a lot of people donate to our rescue, and our rescue turned around and bought us a ton of vaccinations, which we now are able to vaccinate every dog that comes in. Every dog. It doesn't matter if they have an owner, they get vaccinated.
They just get vaccinated.
We had
great.
a huge parvo breakout. Parvo is probably one of the most preventable things you can do.
Yeah.
Get your dogs vaccinated. It's like $20. Get your dogs vaccinated. Save a life potentially.
Save a life. Okay, so is there any help then? So you've got that. Is there other help that you can put people in contact with? I know when we first moved here, it was just expensive to get dogs fixed, to just have your dog fixed, to get the shots and all that for people who maybe monetarily have struggled with that. Is there any program for that?
There is. So Magnolia Spay and Neuter Clinic over in Leesville, they're a mobile clinic. We're trying to get them over here. They just have to have a space for them to set up.
What is it, Magnolia?
Spay and Neuter Clinic.
Spay and Neuter Clinic.
And they have a Facebook page too. So
Okay. All right.
they are a low-cost spay and neuter facility.
Yeah.
So they had to do cats, dogs.
Apparently, I can't spell neuter. So anyway,
D-Newt. You can put D-Newt.
D-N-U. Okay, got it.
See, D-Newt. You like that?
D-Newt.
D-Newt.
That's it. That's terrible.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's
Anyway.
why you love me.
But we don't want those dogs making, new little dogs.
That's exactly why we are in a position that we're in now.
Yeah,
Spay and
because
neutering your pets.
there are too many. Don't go buy one of those little, ritzy dogs.
No, you don't need a ritzy dog. Those dogs, who needs a ritzy
No,
dog?
you don't need
You
a
need a dog that needs a good home.
Yes.
Who's ready to go to a loving family.
And we'll love you just like Bella loves us.
Yeah.
So many.
Wonderful. Well, Krista, I have just been so impressed with your work over the last year. The more I see you
We've kept tabs on you.
Yes.
By the way, former students, we're watching you.
Yes, we are. And I'm that makes me very happy. I see those pictures. I'm not a outgoing social person, but I love watching them with their families and having new kids, not in a creepy way. Not in a,
just hit them with a thumbs up like you do.
Yeah. I do a lot of likes and loves.
Not in a creepy way.
Not in a creepy way.
Just like a creepy person would say.
Creepy aunt.
Yes. Well, and I knew I hadn't seen you in a couple of weeks, and I asked G Long there, like, what happened to Krista? And he said, I see Krista on Facebook all the time. Like there's something wrong.
Actually, it was a post you put up that got a tear in my eye, and it was your beloved horse. You had reposted it, and I was
those darn memories.
That's been hard.
Yeah,
I bet.
He was. I mean, that's the very first horse I learned how to ride on. That's the horse.
Well, that was
everything.
That was your baby.
Yeah, that's the one.
The first baby. Well, yeah.
Well, he was a month older than me. My mom bought him whenever him and his mom. He was a month old. He was born April 1st of 1991. I was born May 16th, 91.
Oh,
and we grew up together.
You talked about your horse all the time.
I know, I did. I was the crazy horse kid guy.
Yep.
And look where it got you, though. And now you're saving.
I'm saving the animals.
You are, Krista.
There you go. That's awesome.
My heart feel good. Yes,
it warms the cockles.
It does. It does. I'm so happy. And if we can do anything, any of you listening audience people,
well, we're just going to badger you until you do something nice for these wonderful pets and for the.
And if you can't, can you put somebody else in contact? Can you talk to everybody you know and just network? Networking is
tell your friends, tell your neighbors,
share. Oh, and if you can't, commit to a dog for long term, we do have fosters available.
Fostering.
The rescues, one of the biggest issues we have right now with rescues not wanting to pull dogs is we have no fosters. We have nowhere for them to go.
No place to stay.
They pay for the vetting. They pay for the food if you need it. They pay for everything. The dog just needs a safe place to land for a while.
Yeah.
Until adopt it.
Wow. All right.
Well,
there you go. Foster. If you're not going to be long term, let them come through your life and spend some time with you and get some love and
potentially be a foster fail. That's what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then you can't
I bet that happens a lot.
That would happen to me.
It would happen to me.
Yeah.
I'd end up with 30 dogs.
Now y'all know my struggle. I walk down the pens every day.
And you want to just take them all home. Yeah.
I do, but Khaleesi is just my baby. She's a horse. I don't know where I'd put them. Hang them on a wall.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe the horse would foster them. I'm sure that
I'm sure she would nurse kittens. Yeah. She loves everything. We use her to temperament test the dogs in the facility, so all the dogs are temperament tested to make sure they're going to get along well with the other ones.
And if they can get along with the horse, then
if they can get along with her, they're good.
Well, there's a huge program too across the country for people with trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, and things like that. They use horses. I mean,
right? They do.
They do.
The cute little tennis shoes that go on their feet. I love it.
What?
Yeah, they have little bitty tennis shoes that go on their feet to protect the floors from being scuffed up.
Oh my Lord! Okay.
I know, it's adorable.
Well, when you think historically, horses have been part of our lives long as
that is what
horses
started.
Horses and dogs. I mean, what else?
We'll talk about the history.
That's been a partnership
of kennels. Well, when it went from a pound to a shelter, because pounds were.
In the old days,
yeah, they weren't trying to find homes. They were just trying to get them off the streets. But in the cities, it was horses that they were really trying to help, I guess,
right.
when they got too old to be carriage horses and things like that, and the police horses. That became a huge problem because horses are not tiny. So where do we put them?
Right. And that's why we have a livestock transport that will take in all your livestock that you do not want anymore.
Oh, that's nice too.
Man.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that is, because that's a big.
And there's a lot of livestock in Beauregard Parish.
Man, there is. Yeah. Cows and pigs and llamas. Like, I found somebody that actually has a kangaroo.
Oh, wow.
Wow, no kidding.
It's the coolest
We had
thing ever.
peacocks and llamas because when I used to run the highway here before the hurricane, I'd go walk the road and there all manner of animals would join me on my walk sometimes.
Snow White.
Guineas.
Guineas, yeah.
I get guineas when I go walking the back way. There's guineas out there somewhere.
Yeah, but they're loud and obnoxious.
Well, they're in the woods. You can hear them, but they shadow you as you're walking. You can hear them just talking, and they keep walking in the same direction.
So what
they
does
never come out of the trees.
So what does a guinea sound like, Mr.?
No.
I want to hear that.
Well, I have. If it wasn't politically incorrect, I was going to do an accent, but that would be wrong of me.
Control yourself. We are so pleased to have had you here today, Krista. The information you've provided is phenomenal, and I'm so proud of the work you're doing. I feel weird saying I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself and the people who have adopted these animals. Yeah.
You've made a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
That's the important thing.
Hey, I love my job. That's what
Well, there you and you can't ask for more than that
it really
when you're working, and it shows. You clearly you love your job.
I never would have thought that I would ever be in the position that I'm in right now.
I was going to ask that question.
Yeah, because we always say that to kids in classrooms, right? I tell them all the time.
You never know.
You just don't know where you're going to be in 5-10 years. You just can't imagine. I'm going to be a welder, and that's what I'm going to do. And all right, but
Whatever.
things change, and I'm not going to be married with kids in 5 years. Okay. But
I was supposed to do tattooing and piercing and have a hair salon. And then I get a scholarship, and then I go to college for nursing, and then I get pregnant with my son, and here I am.
And here you are saving animals.
Saving animals.
Well,
What a strange trip it's been.
we should ask. What brought you to the sheriff's department?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I know that's kind of at the end of the conversation, but
interesting
curious.
to me.
I was rodeoing full time.
Yes, you were.
Life ended with the
Barrel
person
racing.
that I was with, and sold my horses. And I was like, man, I'm really bored, and I don't want to be at home anymore. I had my leather shop going, but I just didn't want to stay and look at four walls anymore.
He meant to ask about that.
And yeah,
You do some phenomenal work.
I've seen your work. It's really nice. And you have you do leather work I saw the motorcycle seat.
Yes.
That was a four-wheeler seat, and I love it. It was so hard.
Was it really?
God,
It
was
looked
so
great.
It was well done though. It looked really nice.
Thanks.
And do you have a Facebook page or anything for that kind of work yet?
I do. It's called the Rowdy Tumbleweed.
The Rowdy Tumbleweed.
I can spell that.
Look at that. It's beautiful. Really good job.
He's
No struggling.
writing amazing.
I can take notes.
Okay, so Facebook page, if you have some
The Rowdy Tumbleweed.
leather work you want to commission from Krista, go check out her site and look at some of the stuff that she's done.
I've seen some of the bling that you did for horses,
saddles and harnesses and
tack.
Adopt a dog and buy a dog collar.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, what?
There you go.
That's a match made in heaven right there. You know.
I thought about making some cute little basic ones just to go along with the dogs whenever they're adopted. I mean, they already get their shot records that we give them. They get a little workup about what I've seen the dog do, the behaviors,
Yeah, just some behaviors and stuff. Because they're all unique.
Yeah, they get their little picture too on there.
Oh,
so
how cute.
Let's incorporate a free dog collar with it.
There you go.
I'm telling you so.
All right, Rowdy Tumbleweed.
Rowdy Tumbleweed, the Beauregard Parish Sheriff's Office Animal Control.
And Krista West,
and
Deputy Krista
Deputy, I like saying that, Deputy Krista West.
It's really weird. I look at myself in uniform every day. I'm like, oh, this is strange.
West. Love a woman in uniform.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel really masculine.
Powerful when you're in there.
Something about the vest just makes me look like a block. So, it's not very form-fitting. So I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, but that's okay. You got that smile and those
years ago, my
dimples
sister was a deputy.
Yes, she was.
She came home with the vest on. The first time I saw her in the vest, and I had been gone for a while, and she came in, and it was like, wow, it does. It completely it's a block.
Yes.
Yes.
It changes your feminine.
Yes.
Yeah,
It makes you more powerful.
I think it should.
It should.
Hey, armor rules.
Well, because some of the things you have to go out there and deal with, you have to be aggressive. You have to be forceful.
I guess.
With dogs,
Yeah, but you deal with the people with the dogs too sometimes.
I do. But,
But don't you wish people could be given a choice of having to interact with a dog or a person?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'd take the person.
Yeah.
The dog's very unpredictable.
Some are people, though, sometimes.
This is true. But, I'm all about education because a lot of people they don't know.
Yeah, they don't.
And I'd much rather educate somebody and give them a chance to rectify a situation before, we take those drastic measures.
Yeah.
Punishment, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
You know, if I found a lady that didn't know there was a leash law, couldn't really afford to keep her dog contained, you know, she didn't want to put it on a leash.
Oh, okay.
Or, you know, a lunge line thing. What do you want to call that?
Let it at least run. Yeah.
So I was like, hey, wireless perimeter collar. I have 2 that I picked up on 2 strays. I was like, you are more than welcome to have these. Go buy your box. Voila. There's your big cost cut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And you keep your baby around.
Yeah.
Right.
And they don't run out in the road and get hit by cars.
And whatever there is, like extra donations and stuff, if I'm out on the road, I see something, you know, and I have it in my truck, I'm like, here, try this. You know, education's key.
There
And a
you
lot
go.
of people just don't know.
There you go.
Right. Well, Krista's here to.
Warms my heart here. Education is key.
I know.
Yay.
So,
Education is key.
Deputy Krista, there you go.
All right. Well, there you are. Again, remember on the 30th, it's Adopt a Shelter Pet
Adopt
Day.
a Shelter Pet Day.
But every day is Adopt a Shelter Pet Day.
Yes, you don't have to wait for
you don't
the
need
national
a special day.
No,
Look,
you
if
do
you're not doing something on the 29th, you're more than welcome to adopt a pet.
Go check it out. Krista, are the dog's pictures on a website or on the Facebook page? Can you, like, that's how I saw Bella. You know, I saw her in a photo, and I contacted the shelter, and the lady said, well, somebody else has contacted me too, so it's first come, you know, and
So we had to beat her to the shelter.
Drove the way I drive, and we got there first.
We're going to pretend that you don't drive erratic.
I'm not erratic.
Well, I saw the person who was going to get Bella or wanted to get Bella before us was much older than us.
Yes.
And there is no
She is
way
a high energy
Bella
girl.
should have been with somebody that old, because we don't take Bella out without her being on a leash for the most part, unless we're on the porch. That's it. Because I know good and well that if Bella decides to go, I can't catch that dog.
No, it's not.
She is.
Happen.
She is fast.
Get your steps in, Chase.
That's it. Nope, she's gone. She's gone. All right. So volunteer.
But yes, you can see every dog up on our Facebook page that is available. Just look for the most recent post, every dog, and click on the picture. You'll see their description
A
about
little
them.
rundown on them and age and
Right.
everything. All right. Well, that's wonderful.
And if you have a dog currently and you want to add one to your pack, by all means, bring your dog to the shelter. Let
To
the
see if
dogs
they get
meet.
along.
Great idea.
That's a very good idea. Yeah, we didn't think to bring Otto with us to meet Bella.
Otto was going to get along with whoever came
Bring
in.
your kids too.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean, kids
that
are
is an important thing. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, because they're going to be a big part of that.
We're family friendly and dog friendly.
All
Bring your
right.
babies down.
All right. Well, there you
go.
go, listening community.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up
I think so,
for this
G-Law.
interview.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Krista West, for coming in and telling us about everything about the animal control and the shelter and all the wonderful hard work you've been doing down there. We appreciate you coming into the studio. Deb, you got anything, Dad?
I don't.
All right.
All right.
Well, I guess that'll wrap it up, right?
I think
You know what? I'm going to play the music.
you play it out.
I will.
All right.